Good day to all of us. Why is it important to distinguish between a particular application layer application? As what we have learned, the application layer is the topmost layer in the open system interconnection (OSI) model. This layer provides several ways for manipulating the data or information, which actually enables any type of user to access network with ease. This layer also makes a request to its bottom layer, which is presentation layer, for receiving a various type of information from it. The application layer interface directly interacts with the application and provides common web application services. This layer is basically highest level of open system, which provides services directly for application process. The application layer provides services which include email, transferring files, distributing results to the user, directory services, network resources, and so on. It provides protocols that allow software to send and receive information and present meaningful data to users. It handles issues such as network transparency, resource allocation, and so on. This layer serves as a window for user and application process to access network services. The following are some of the protocols which are provided by the application layer. First, Telnet. Telnet stands for Telecommunications Network. This protocol is used for managing files over the internet. Next is DNS. DNS stands for Domain Name System. The Domain Name System service translates the domain name selected by user into the corresponding IP address. Next is DHCP. DHCP stands for Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. It provides IP addresses to host. Next is FTP. FTP stands for File Transfer Protocol. This protocol helps to transfer different files from one device to another. Next is SMTP. SMTP stands for Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. It is used to transfer electronic mail from one user to another user. Next is HTTP. HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. It is the foundation of the World Wide Web, www. HTTP works on the client-server model. Next is NFS, stands for Network File System. This protocol allows remote hosts to mount files over a network and interact with those file systems as though they are mounted locally. And lastly is SNMP. SNMP stands for Simple Network Management Protocol. This protocol gathers data by pulling the devices from the network to the management station at fixed or random intervals, requiring them to disclose certain information.
The application layer is present at the top, the OSI model. It is the layer through which users interact. It provides services to the user. Application layer contains several protocols, namely Telnet, FTP, TFTP, SMTP, SNMP, DNS, and DHCP. Telnet stands for Teletype Network. It helps in terminal emulation. It allows Telnet clients to access the resources of the Telnet server. FTP stands for File Transfer Protocol. It is the protocol that actually let us transfer files. The TFT stands for Trivial File Transfer Protocol. Is the stripped down stack version of FTP, but it's the protocol of choice if you know exactly what you want and where you find it. The SMTP, it stands for Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. It is a part of TCP/IP protocol using a process called store and forward. SMTP moves your email on and across networks. The SNMP stands for Simple Network Management Protocol. And the DNS also stands for Domain Name System. Every time you use a domain name, therefore, DNS service must translate the name into corresponding IP address. The DHCP stands for Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. It gives IP addresses to host.
From a real point of view, networking can be made a lot easier if we join and rename the TCP, IP, and Ethernet protocols by means of one all-application layers service into a more compiled unit. It will be more perceptible idea for novice to the technology, creating a basic level of understanding easier to achieve. Yet, if we look in more detail, it's clear that each protocol plays a key role in providing a dependable end-to-end data delivery mechanism. For many years, numerous rival protocols have fought for dominance. The ones offered a commercially viable alternative to Ethernet. IPX or SPX used to be an alternative to TCP or IP. Commercial developments have helped to outline a much clearer networking standard today. Ethernet is by far the greatest cost-effective LAN solution, and TCP or IP is currently the language of the Internet, and countless of substitutes have fallen by the wayside. So there are no advantages or disadvantages of having layers protocols. They are all necessary in their own right. Each has its own role to play in a system.